So my question is, oh, this is not working.
Keep talking into it.
Okay, so my question is, how do I deal with my partner's lack of capacity to contain his own feminine? And he looks extremely masculine. The archetype would be a firefighter. Mm-hmm. And then he has this, because he doesn't express his artistic capacities
Let's
enough.
not analyze him here, right?
So basically, he's taking selfies of him and texting me, showing me his art projects. And I have pretty well-developed sensory capacities. So when he does it, I feel he's pulling on me energetically in the way that I find to be repulsive.
Okay, so you get repulsed. So he sends you a selfie.
Seriously, John.
He sends you a selfie.
No, this is so nice.
Right?
Thank God he's not sending me dick pics,
Right.
It might be better.
Yeah, he sends you a selfie in his fireman uniform, right, or something like that. Anyway, he sends you a selfie, you get repulsed. Okay.
Because there are so many selfies. He's waiting at the airport, he's sending me a selfie.
Great.
Okay, we got it. Oh, this is a tough one, man. This breaks my heart because you're just gonna crush the dude.
Well, there's a couple layers
I
I
know,
want to
there
speak
is.
to. There's many. We could probably talk about this for a whole
I
other
always love
weekend.
it when there's a question that I've never gotten before. Right?
Because just think about all the women who were like, why doesn't he text me back? Why is my man not in that communication? Why doesn't he, reveal himself to me? Or there's so much of that, and then it's like, too much of his. So there's that layer. There's just sort of understanding that. Well, one of the things that we've talked about before is also the understanding that, first of all, we say no being is either masculine or feminine completely, right? That's just complete. But also, some beings have more of a feminine relationship to their body. They might still have a masculine sexual essence or a feminine emotional essence, and then we have capacity with any of those anyway. And there's a way, it sounds like he might have a feminine relationship to his physical self.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah. And some of that is nice, because a dude who knows how to take care of himself is pleasant.
Right. Now, if he's spending more time in the mirror than you, right? Or I don't know where it falls, right?
Yeah.
Or he's, really, energy, like, I'm gonna try this shirt, and this cuffling, and whatever it is, right? Is that what we're talking about?
No, it's just he needs, the feminine in all of us needs attention and to be seen. I get it.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a big craving for it.
And he's craving for it because he doesn't have...
For whatever, he's craving it.
What do you trust about him?
So many things.
Great. The short answer
is
focus on those.
Okay.
Focus on those. Mm-hmm. And then, can you feel what's beneath his selfie?
Yeah, desire to be seen.
Desire to be seen. Okay, great. So, can you, like we've been talking about since yesterday, can you feel, so he sends you the selfie, your initial reaction is repulsion, right? This happens in long-term relationships all the time. Your initial reaction is repulsion. Can you feel his heart? Maybe you know something about his childhood, or you know something about his parents, right? Can you feel the part of him that selfie obsession is a manifestation of? Definitely. Okay. Right. Can you send love to that?
Yeah.
Great. Sometimes responsiveness to the thing that will literally crush our partner is not called for. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it has to be, right? And then you find an artful way to let him know the daily selfie is just a little too much. But you find an artful way, like you joke with it, you play with it. So you amplify what you trust, like you just praise the fuck out of what you trust, you honor what you trust in him. Because the selfie thing's it's not like he's going out and shooting heroin. right?
Sleeping with other women.
Yeah, sleeping with other. It's not that bad, right? But it's just but you're sensing it, right? Like it's his unmet feminine wanting attention, right? Which you're smart enough to recognize that. So that's the first layer I would give you. The second layer is to recognize where your masculine relationship to your body polarizes his feminine relation. Or
I love that.
because you can feel she's definitely a feminine essence, yeah. But can you feel the masculine relationship she has to her body? It's kind of like a tank, right? I mean, you know, very attractive and beautiful and well put together, but there's a tank quality to your body. Yeah, and I know you
know it.
Yeah. So just know, because we're always evoking from our partners, just like we saw, we're always evoking. You're actually your masculine relationship to your body will evoke, if he has an even slight, predilection towards that. Whereas if your relationship to your body is more feminine than his relationship to his body, so let's say he sends you a selfie, like of him, right? Blue steel at the airport, right? Whatever it is, send him a selfie that's so much more feminine than that.
And not just on the surface. It's not just putting on a boa,
right.
but where you actually make it a sacred feminine relationship to your body and to being seen and to revealing, that's how much more feminine.
Yeah.
I love that.
See what it evokes, yeah.
Because sometimes I send him photos from my altar with the snakes and serpents, and he doesn't say anything. I'm like, dude, you are sending me your selfies from your feminine. This is my feminine, and then you don't acknowledge it.
Well, again, I would argue that there's probably some either. I mean, I don't want to. It's hard to label these things, right? You're showing off your spiritual masculine.
And even the altar itself, the form of it,
right.
It's the masculine expression, even if it is of parts of your feminine, guaranteed. But there's a certain masculine expression of that.
You have a deeper spiritual practice, and this is true for a lot of women these days.
Yeah.
A lot of women have deeper spiritual practices than their masculine partners, right? So you're sending him a picture of his altar. He's like, do I do a sacred dance? He doesn't even know how to respond to that.
Would you know how to respond to
snakes on my altar?
An altar selfie. You're like, and I don't want to respond wrong. I think I just won't respond.
I just won't respond.
No response is best response.
I don't know. This woman's scared.
And these are like good, deep men.
Yeah. So the short answer is compassion for what's beneath the annoying behavior, right? Because we all have some annoying behavior. Compassion for where it comes from, right? Amplification of what you love and trust and what's good in your partner. And artful working with the sort of out-feminizing the selfie thing. Because if you do literally blast him with feminine energy, his response will be like, wow.
Fireman.
Yeah, no, well, it'll just be like one word, like fuck, or that's hot, baby, or one emoji, and that's how you'll know. Oh, I just stuck him into the masculine, because it'll just be a.
Love it, love it,
yeah.
love it.
And all of this, anything we give you, it's a fucking experiment. Experiment. Like, I'm going to try this using this framework. I'm going to try this using this framework, and I'm going to see what it evokes. And does what it evokes feel good? Does it feel good? To me, to them, to the moment? Yeah.
For everyone, but I'm going to say for you in particular. So I'm actually going to use the mic as an example. Because no. You spoke into it for one word, and it didn't amplify the way you wanted it to, and you said, this isn't working. So that's going to happen when you try to practice in this way too. You're impatient. I'm impatient. A lot of us are impatient. But you're going to do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and it's not going to have the full effect that you want it to have yet.
Thank you.
All right.